Good morning, this is Leonie from Frogfish Cards. Today I'm going to bring you this cute little gift box. I made this in class with my ladies and they asked if there was a video for it. I don't know if there is a video for it. A fellow Stampin' Up demonstrator showed me how to do this cute little box that you can put sweets in, and you can put soap and just small little gifts into. It's quite a cute little box to sit under the tree instead of wrapping something or giving to someone as a nice thank you gift or a get well gift or anything that you so think it will suit. Anyway, we'll move along. It's made out of one sheet of A4 cardstock, slightly trimmed. The actual measurements are 11 5/8 by 8 1/4, so you're really only taking the smallest amount off the top of the cardstock, and then you are scoring it. So we are scoring it first on the vertical, and that is at 2 inches. And 6 1/4. Then we are turning it to the horizontal and we are scoring it at 3/4 of an inch. And 5 1/8. And 6 5/8. And 11 7/8. Sorry, 10 7/8, not 11 7/8. 10 7/8. Okay, then you need to remove your scoring board, and we are measuring from either side of the centre lines. We are measuring out 2 inches. And marking where that 2 inches is, and then you are going from the right angle corner that the scoring line's made to that measurement that you've just made and doing a diagonal line with your scoring tool on both sides of your cardstock. So again, you're doing 2 inches either side of the centre line. And then you're drawing or scoring from the right angle to the marking that you just made, and again from the right angle to the marking you've just made, so that when you're finished scoring it looks a bit like that. Hopefully you can see that in the shot, but once I've folded it, I'm sure you'll see it fine. So then you just go ahead and fold all your lines. I like to fold both ways just so that they're well and truly pronounced. And then you're just pinching your diagonal lines sure you get a nice crisp fold, and then it should look something like that. So then you want to turn it over to the wrong side, and the wrong side is the side where it's actually bubbled, not concaved. You want it to be bubbled. So that's the wrong side. Then we're just applying some glue or tape, whichever you'd like to use at this stage. And you're not gluing that triangle or that centre rectangle or that triangle. You are only gluing down the diagonal, across to the top of the page, down and across to the first scoring line. And then you fold that in. And then I like to use my bone just to make sure that it's nice and solidly connected. You reverse it, and again, it's not this diamond, sorry, not this triangle here, not the rectangle, not the triangle. It is just down the diagonal, up to the corner, into the first scored line, back down to where you started from. Up the diagonal to the corner, down to the first scored line, and back where you started from. And then you are just folding that in. And again, I like to bone it, just to make sure that it's nice and secure. So then the next step that I do is I actually work on the opposite side. So we've got 2 pieces of cardstock, Night of Navy, which are 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then you have 2 pieces of DSP, which are from the Affectionately collection, and they are 4 inches by 4 inches. Then I have a piece of Night of Navy, which is 2 inches by 2 1/4 inch by 4 inches, and I have a piece of Crumb Cake, which is 2 inches by 4 inches. So to start with, I'm going to ink my edges, because I have said this in previous videos, and I say this all the time in my classes, I do not like white edges, and when you cut your DSP it leaves a white edge, and so I just ink it. And today, because I'm using Watermelon Wonder and Night of Navy, I'm just going to go around the DSP in the Night of Navy. This is the same DSP that I used on the sample. I'm just using the reverse side on this box so that I don't have 2 of the same and I can give them to somebody. Okay, so then we'll get rid of the Night of Navy. And we will glue the DSP to the cardstock. This one can be attached straight away to the bag itself. Because there's no right and wrong way of this pattern, you don't have to be too fussed about which way it goes onto your bag, like so. And then we're attaching this to the cardstock again. And we're not attaching this to the bag as yet because I want to make a label that we're going to put through the centre of that piece of DSB and cardstock. So that's where the crumb cake comes into it. So I'm going to use the crumb cake and the Night of Navy. So we are using from the stamp set Mixed Borders this reef border, and I'm going to do that in Night of Navy. So you're just going to ink that up, and I'm just going to put it at the bottom and at the top. Like so. Again, don't forget to clean your stamps. I'm an absolute stickler on cleaning stamps. I think it's very important. Then we're going to use, again from the Mixed Board set, the verse that says, Happy birthday to you, when I can find it. I hope your birthday is amazing. So that's the one we're using. And we're changing colours. We're now going to Watermelon Wonder. And we're going to stamp, I hope your birthday is amazing. Now these new ink pads are quite juicy. Don't over ink your stamps. They will make a mess of your page, and that's not the required effect that we're looking for. So that's what we're doing with that. And it's as simple as just taking that away. I don't like to over embellish my boxes or bags. I think that they hold their own beauty, but everyone is an individual and you can do as you please. Again, we're just gluing the crumb cake onto the Night of Navy, like so, making sure that you have a nice even border at the top and bottom, and then we are attaching that to our paper. And again, you want to make sure it's got a nice even border top and bottom, like so. And then you want to make sure the bottom of your bag is facing in the right direction, so that when the bag is actually standing up, that your verse is up the right way. So then you just attach your card to your bag. Don't throw the glue away like I just did. As such. And that's as simple as that. And then we need to turn the bag back over to the mechanics side of it, and we are just gluing inside these triangles here. Nowhere else, just within inside those 4 triangles. Like so. You need a very quick drying glue or tape to do this particular process. You want it to be secured pretty much instantly. So then you're just pulling the tabs up from the middle and folding it back on itself. Then I like to use my bone. Just go in and flatten your triangle down so that it's nice and secure. Like that. And then you do the same on the other side. Again with your bone, just making sure that it's nice and flat and attaching to the other side. And that's pretty much it. You're nearly done. Then you require to put a hole in the top so that you can put some ribbon through. So I have a crocodile. You can use whatever hole punch you have, but because I make books, I have this machine. It's called a crocodile, and it cuts through quite heavy thicknesses. Now, when you look at this from top on, you can see that there's a little gap where the two pieces were folded in, and they have left a gap. So you want to look at that gap because that's the middle of your page, and bring it from the back of your machine and cut your hole looking at that gap so that you know it's nice and central. And then it's just a matter of putting through a piece of ribbon. I'm actually using some Stampin' Up seam binding ribbon, which has now been retired, but because I have so much of it, I'm going to keep on using it until it's finished, and this is Night of Navy. But you can use any ribbon string that you may have. You don't have to use exactly the same as what I have. And then it's just a matter of tying it into a bow, and it's as simple as that. So it looks quite complicated, but it's really not. As long as you get your scoring lines right, everything else should fall into place rather easily. And then you can decorate the front however you want. Like I said, I like to keep them reasonably simple because you're going to be putting lovely little gifts inside. So that's that. So thank you very much for watching this video today. If you require any help, please contact me on Frogfish Cards. And if you require any of the products that I have demonstrated today, please contact me again on Frogfish Cards. Thanks for now. So that was nice and simple. Have a look.